Thank you, Brother Otuoli. Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, Your Excellency, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Governor Kingi, the Honorable Speaker of the Senate, my colleagues, Cabinet Secretaries present, Excellencies, Ambassadors present, the Governor of Nairobi County, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, Principal Secretaries present, the Chairman and Executive Board members of KOTU, the Secretary General of KOTU, Brother Francis Atwoli, the Chief Executive Director, FKE, my sister Jacqueline Mugo, Chairman of Labour Committee in the National Assembly, Honorable Karemba, members of Parliament present, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo wafanyikazi wenzangu. Labor Day celebrates the most important stakeholder in our economy, the Kenyan worker. On this day, we reflect on the condition of the Kenyan worker, their environment, their benefits, and their future. On this day, we celebrate the immeasurable contribution of every shop floor across the country to the economic growth of our nation. We applaud the hard and diligent work that keeps production lines moving, markets stocked, and our economy ticking. We also appreciate the principle of tripartism and social dialogue in the labor sector between employers, workers' organizations, and government. This engagement guarantees industrial peace and harmony, which is necessary for the growth of sustainable enterprises, decent jobs, and economic growth. The theme for this year's Labor Day celebration is economic growth, political stability, and job creation, which links directly to the policy priorities articulated in the bottom-up Economic Transformation Agenda 2022 to 2027, popularly known as BETTER. This year's theme underscores the yearning for a stronger economy and the realization that a stable political environment is necessary to attain economic growth. Decent work is a fundamental right for all workers in Kenya. And by that, we mean that work has the following attributes: safe working conditions, fair wages, and access to social protection. The International Labour Organization, ILO, the Central Organization of Trade Unions Kenya, KOTU, and the Federation of Kenya Employers, FKE, implemented the Third Generation Decent Work Country Program 2021 to 2024, which is anchored on human capital development, sustainable economic growth, social dialogue, and tripartism. Through our various technical departments and semi-autonomous agencies, we have aligned our activities and programs to help achieve decent work opportunities for all, and also ensured that the marginalized groups are empowered to participate meaningfully and productively in economic development. Your Excellency, many Kenyans are seeking jobs abroad And we are proud as a ministry to note that income from diaspora remittances has outpaced receipts from traditional exports of coffee, tea, and tourism, and stands at approximately 400 billion annually. The ministry has taken several initiatives to facilitate the seamless migration of Kenyans to key labor destinations. This include, 1, negotiation of bilateral labor agreements with 10 countries in the Middle East, Europe, America, and Asia. Number 2 is restructuring of the pre-departure training curricula to integrate additional modules reflecting the needs of major destination countries. 3 is tighter regulation of recruitment agencies and training institutions to ensure ethical recruitment practices and quality training, respectively. Number 4 is strengthening coordination mechanisms among ministries, departments, and agencies engaged in labor migration value chain. And finally, the review of laws and policies to align them with emerging labor migration priorities. Your Excellency, we have deployed the inspection mandate of the ministry to ensure workers' rights to decent wages, safe and healthy working environments are realized. We have recorded 9,600 labor and 15,000 safety and health workplace inspections from 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. Further, the Department of Labor successfully mediated 16,240 labor disputes from 1st of April 2022 to 31st March 2023, resulting into payments of 82,918,457 directly to the claimants. Despite this good work, the country continues to experience a spate of industrial action in a number of sectors, particularly in the public sector, and many economic disputes still continue to find their way into the labor courts. Your Excellency, over time we have noted that a significant percentage to disagreements between workers and employers on the rate of compensation and remuneration that workers should receive for work done. Many employers, both in the public and the private sector, rely on insufficient tools and mechanisms for determining and compensating labor, which in most cases does not account for worker and farm productivity as one of the parameters for wage determination. To address this problem, the Ministry of Labor has developed a draft wages and remuneration policy for consideration and adoption. This policy champions a fair, equitable, and dynamic mechanism for determination and compensation of wages to all workers in the country that takes into account all necessary parameters, including productivity indices. Your Excellency, with the view of cushioning the economy, my ministry through the Department of Social Protection is mandated to protect and empower marginalized and vulnerable members of our society, to help them lead dignified and productive lives. The department continues to implement various social assistance programs in the forms of cash transfer targeting the orphans, the vulnerable children, the older persons, persons with disability, and the Inua Jamii program. Your government, sir, has committed 28 billion to support these programs in the current financial year. Your Excellency, I restate my ministry's commitment to a prosperous and inclusive Kenya, where our workers are at the center of development and the marginalized and vulnerable members of our society are able to lead decent lives. It is now my singular honor and pleasure to welcome Musalia Mudavadi, Honorable, the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Welcome, sir. Take over the program from here.